Yeah, hello. We will actually fast forward to the start because I already saw what's happening. I had to start the recording again because I had a call in between. And apparently he resetted my settings. That's odd. Where is it here? Full. Much better. So, what do we have here? We have a very cruiser heavy matchmaking actually, which is kind of rare nowadays. With you being tier 9 in a tier 10 game. However, there are only 3 tier 10 ships. Tier 8 tier 8 carriers and 2 DDs. So trading a bit at the start is okay. And as the game unfolds, you will see that actually there's a vast majority of ships on your side. Right now you only see like 3, but the problem is here, the small lines is popping up. I think there was also a Schultz in the smoke towards the top right. So you have a total of 7 ships here. What happens next is that your Turbid is dying because it just gets farmed down. Like now. He also was so totally overextended, so it was kinda his fault. But you should actually set your mind on kiting already. By the way, those shots were way too short. He was reversing and you basically shot at his nose, so you only clip 1. UDD is actually actually capping, which is kind of a bold move here, because there's so many ships. But Schultz is so far away that you couldn't spot him. It's kind of okay. Yeah, gonna fast forward again. Just make some comments on some interesting game development. As you can see, the whole enemy team is pushing the cap now. UD had to smoke because it was spotted, which is okay. This is running away now too. And you guys are kiting, right? However, where you are kiting is a problem. Because as you can see, you are going this way right now. You are going straight towards the I line and J line. The Henry does actually the same. And that's something I didn't understand, because you could easily just go west, but stay around here, like on the H and G line, because if you are on the H line, you still have some kind of influence. You could trade with every ship here, you can reset them, farm them, whatsoever, while going undetected by just not shooting. And you two are actually going so far south that you take yourselves out of the game in a moment. Just gonna fast forward again. And also, I had that a few times within your replay. You didn't really focus the shots, and that was something I couldn't understand, because you have 2 cruisers at the DD spotting for you. Like right now, you are aiming at the Pommer, but this guy was spotted I don't know, like 2 seconds ago, and it's kind of obvious that he's gonna come around this island and trying to focus down your ZF6. And it would have been way better if you hold your shots right now, because now he's popping up and you can't help. And don't know if you didn't see it, but this is kind of bad actually. You're also missing your shots here because you shot in a way that he's going straight blinding, but he was already turning north. And I think the next salvo you shot way too short. Let's see. He's kind of stopping, but like you're already aiming in a way as if he was stopping, right? But he's still going forward, so your shells won't connect. I think you get 2 clips, but that's all. Could have been a lot more. Yeah, and now you and Henry are basically sitting on the J line together with the Shukaku. You're completely out of the game. And I mean, you're unspotted, right? So you could easily just turn around and go up again, but instead you just kind of stay here and try to farm down the rune. Yeah, some mana trades here. The thing is that the small lands and the shields are pushing towards the B cap now. And since your babies are dead, And they have a lane in, they have an advantage here. Who's the text on the Baltimore? Smolens is briefly spotted. I think the Mino got in a few good shots. But still, you and the Henry are still completely out of the game. He's like here and you are still on the J line. And also, you need to reach the Kakaku now. Like, why? There's no reason for it. I think you're gonna kill the rune in a moment here. Yep, there he goes. So what's happening in B now? Like I said, those guys are pushing up. The Smolens is pushing in kinda weird. I didn't really understand it, to be honest. He's dying, but since he's spotting, they are gonna take the Mino with him. Yeah, there he goes. That, by the way, was still the same Schultz you didn't focus at the start. Schultz has very hard broadside salvos against light cruisers. Kind of another trade with the Wooster. Hindenburg hit the Wooster, but the Ege hit Hindenburg in return. So all that's left in the middle right now is your Henry body and the Z6. And I think the Henry is actually gonna die now too, to the Lenin. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, he does. And now there's nothing left to contest. Like, yeah, your Z6 is here, but what should he do, right? He's throwing some torps. You're still very far away, and now you're actually making a big mistake. I'm just gonna fast forward again. You're waiting. The cap is already half flipped, right? So the 3 comes in to spot, and instead of shooting the Aegir, you are looking at the Lenin. And this was actually a big mistake, because the Aegir is keeping or holding nearly all the capping points. I think you get 2 base resets out of this, right? But as you can see, you're still 3/4 in of being capped. And you won't get another salvo on the Aegir in time. You should have shot him first. If you shot the Aegir first, you could have actually defended this cap. And this will cost you dearly in the long run, as I already know. Also, those torps were super optimistic. There was no way the torps are gonna hit unless the Lenin says straight toward you, which he has no reason to. Yeah, trying to farm down the Lenin now, which kinda doesn't work because he's bow in at the moment. You can only hope that the carrier kills him. Yeah, gets him down to 600 HP, you take the kill. But you lost A in the meantime because Schultz killed the ODD. Also the same Schultz at the start, from the start. Kinda see where I'm going here, I think. And if you had focused this guy down at the start, this all wouldn't have happened. He at least killed 2 ships single-handedly. And yeah. Also goes down to you. And also you are losing very briefly with points now. And if you had resetted the Aegir first in the middle cap and Lenin afterwards, you would actually have enough points to win this, because they wouldn't have a chance to flip the cap in time, or would have taken way longer, like 40 seconds more or something, and that would have been enough to secure this win. So, overall, what I didn't like was that you didn't focus the Schultz. And what I especially didn't like is that you 2 got totally pushed out of the game. You were going basically towards the next map, like I and J line, and there was no real reason for it. You could have stayed way more north. And like I said, the biggest mistake was actually the cap resets in B. If you had focused the AK first, would have get him a full reset, you would have won this. Yeah, that should be all.